What is going on, everybody? We are on it. One Piece, the official live action teaser trailer. This should be very interesting. I saw it floating on Twitter. I put up a poll asking if you guys are interested in seeing it. I think we got 100 votes. I'm actually surprised how many people were like, no, please don't. I haven't seen the trailer at all. I've seen it like one or two still shots. I think I've seen a still shot of the person that's playing Nami, and I've seen a still shot of the person that's playing Luffy. And it's been all over Twitter, all over YouTube. I've been trying to duck and dodge. Didn't even know if I was going to react to it, but I figure, you know what? I'm coming up on 400 episodes in One Piece. I've got a pretty much good grasp on the story. Oh, maybe I don't have a good. Supposedly, a lot of people tell me it hasn't even started. But as far as the crewmates go, and to my understanding, whatever this is it going to be a TV show or is it going to be a movie? Like, or I mean, it's going to be on Netflix, but is it going to be like multiple episodes or going to be one long thing? Regardless, I think we're only going to be in East Blue, so I don't think we're going to get in. We're not going to get to Chopper at all. None of that stuff within the Grand Line or anything crazy like that. I don't know if they're doing that in a movie adaptation or episodes. I'm somebody that cringes a lot. I can be easily cringed. And things that easily cringe me in like watching type things are live adaptations of things. Because you have an image in your head. And when it doesn't meet said image, it makes you feel a type of way. I could almost say it kind of like, I feel like an easy way would be to, when you've watched an anime subbed or dubbed and you hear the opposite, you're just like, that's not right, that doesn't sound right at all. For me, one of the big things is like Naruto. For me, when I hear the American version, the English dubbed, something about it I can't stand, specifically like Killer Bee, for instance. And I think what it is because I know what cringe voices in speech patterns sound like in English. I don't know what that sounds like in Japanese. So Killer Bee to a Japanese native speaker might sound cringe and unlistenable to them. I kind of really like the Japanese Killer Bee voice. When I hear the way that they portray his voice in the English dubbed, I have to turn it off. That's how bad it is. I have to turn it off. That's how I feel. So for this, live adaptation and anime is so crazy because, and not just animes in general, One Piece is so just wacky and different. And I feel like it might be one of the hardest live action adaptations to do, in my opinion. We've all seen the Dragon Ball one, which is just god awful. But just, I think you could get away with a Naruto. I think you could get away with an Attack on Titan. I think you could get away with a Dragon Ball. One Piece is just so wacky in the character design. Just thinking on the top of my head of like what Arlong looks like in just things off the top of my head, and Enru and Usopp's nose and Sanji's eyebrows. Our main character can literally stretch his body. How you adapt that? I don't know. Now, of course, they're not going to be able to adapt things one for one. It's just not going to be aesthetically pleasing and possible. But you've got to have some of it. Now, I think I've also seen a still shot of Usopp. It's a regular face, regular nose. Here's the thing. A lot of what makes the early, maybe the first couple hundred, shit, even into like the 200 and 300 chunks episodes of One Piece is a lot of the characteristics and their looks. So many jokes and plot points and storylines and things are made off of like Usopp's appearance and his nose, or comparing things to his nose and things like that. And it's like, if they're just going with the regular face, you lose that essence, of like what kind of makes One Piece One Piece. Talking about Sanji's eyebrows and Zoro's mossy green hair, and you kind of lose a little bit of that. So I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm gonna jump into it. I've seen varying reactions all over the place. Some people that are in the camp of like, it looks great. This might be the best anime to live action adaptation we've ever had. I've had some people say, well, what do you expect? This is probably the hardest thing there might ever to be to adapt, so I'm just going to take it for what it is and enjoy it. And I've heard other people shitting on it, which is sounds about everything in life, about how everything goes. So I have no expectations. First things first, it's going to hit for me are the voices of these characters. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to do. I'm kind of nervous. But let's see. Let me turn this up a little bit here. Like, I want it to be good, but I want it to be good, but I'm also thinking, how can it be good? Just how, man? Just from Luffy's abilities alone, how? And like, are you gonna have Zoro put a blade in his mouth? Ugh, I don't know. And like, is Sanji gonna do his fucking 980, 1060 spin kicks? Ah, man, this is tough. If they hit this, hats off to them. Let's see what we've got. Let's see what we've got.
Ever since I was a kid, the sea's been calling. So, I'm setting out to follow my dreams.
I'm gonna save
I'm gonna be
comments.
king of the pirates. All I need is a loyal crew. And I think together we'd make a pretty good team. We're heading up to the Grand Line.
A treacherous stretch of ocean with bigger islands and bigger pirates. Careful with that.
Buggy.
That'll work for you.
I'm sensing a little bit of tension amongst the crew.
Not a crew.
We haven't sailed together for very long, but I know we've got each other's backs. All great fighters call out their finishing moves.
No, they don't.
I don't know why that's making me laugh. I've got to see that again. Hold on, I've got to see that again.
All great fighters call out their finishing moves.
No, they don't.
So, I'm setting out.
Let's see what the best shot was. There's so much to unpack here. So much to unpack. The buggy face. That's interesting. I don't hate that, but I feel like this is more for like, oh fuck, that's a scary Netflix like horror film, like that's a creepy ass clown. That's it right there. But I don't get that vibes of Buggy as the character. Hold on, I'm trying to see what good shots we had here. Oh, is that Kobe in the back? Interesting.
All great fighters call out their finishing moves.
So I think my favorite shots are the one where we have him sitting on the ship here. That's either my favorite one, or honestly Zoro tied up. Ah, man. It's tough. We'll go with that. Wow. I don't know what to say or what to do here. First impressions, to me, it looks like a YouTube, like fan-made thing. You know, you see these all the time. Some of them have come out really good, where you'll see these live action makes, and they're just YouTube. They're just YouTube people that are fans, and they just want to make a trailer for an Attack on Titan, for a Naruto, for a One Piece. And it'll be like a 2-minute thing, and they'll show you like all these crazy things, but they never plan to like make episodes with it's just like that 2 minute. That's what I feel like here. I'm like, this is a good fan edit, but I don't see it turning into like a a watchable TV show. That's how I feel kind of here. Some things look decent, some things look a little wonky. I'm trying to think of the good. I think Zoro looks, but again, I think Zoro is probably the easiest to pull off. I actually kind of like the way Sanji's character looks as well. I saw who we're going for Usopp, and like even if you gave me just an actor with a big nose, or you put just a small prosthetic, I think would have hit a little bit better. And now let's talk about the head scratching, maybe just negative things. What are we going for with Luffy's voice there? There's like an accent there, or a dialect that I can't like put my finger on it. I don't know if he's going for like a Spanish vibe, an Asian tone or dialect. I feel like there's something there. When Nami and Zoro are talking in this, they just sound like your regular, just kind of like American speech dialect. He's got something, and I can't pinpoint what it is. I don't know what they're trying to go for, and I don't know if I like it. And then him himself also has like I don't know, some type of diversity that I can't pinpoint of like what look they're going for. So I'm not sure I like that at all. It's not horrible. It just kind of is what it is. I don't enjoy the person they have casted for him / the voice, but it's fine. It's fine. I don't know what they're trying to go for there. I thought Zoro looked pretty cool. We didn't see him holding a blade in his mouth or anything like that. And I'm trying to think, did we even have that up in these early parts of the story? Did he have a blade? Was he doing 3-sword style? I honestly can't remember in the early days where we rescue him. I think he did, but again, how do you show that? But again, that's one of those things. It's like that's such a big part of like Zoro's character. Of like, oh, how is he going to hold these 3 blades? Holy shit, he holds it in his mouth. How do you adapt that to real world and have it look believable? I don't know. That's why I don't know. This is tough. Man, this is tough. Now, we see the Sea Kings and the animals. Of course, they look CGI'd. It's not... It's okay. I feel like if this was like an early 2000s like show, it would look fine. But... And again, I don't know. They're playing with, like, what's the budget? Are they planning to, like, adapt the entire... Like, is that their goal? Like, they want this to be a hit show that can get to a point where, like, it gets enough steam and, like, it adapts the entire thing? I don't know what they're going for. The Sea King, the Beast, the shots, they're fine. I mean, it's CG animals. You know, it just kind of is what it is. The Gum Gum, again, like I get what they're trying to go for and do, but it looks wonky a little bit there. Something about not, and I saw this on Twitter. Twitter is a cesspool. I feel like, and I explain this to people a lot, I think Twitter is the greatest, funniest, most worst, diabolical place ever in all of internet history. It can be the greatest thing and it's the worst thing. Maybe that's just the internet in general. But I saw these like threads going around with like millions of impressions and likes and things like that of like Nami not being a woman enough. And I mean, because that's the way they have her animated in the show, in the anime, and seeing her, I didn't get like, I know that's Nami, but I'd be like, holy shit, that's what, when I see Zoro, I'm like, holy shit, that looks good. The person that's playing Nami just looks like an actress with an orange wig, like that. It just wasn't hitting. And I feel like for her though, it might be the hardest to show. At least in Usopp here, you know, he's got the hair, he's got it tied back. You could give him a slingshot. Sanji has the suits on, and you know he takes the jacket off, and he's got the pinstripes and all that. Zoro's hair is green. He's got the 3 dangling earrings. He's got the sword. Luffy's got the bucket hat and the sandals and the over like distinguishing things. When you think about Nami, it's like, what does she have that's distinguished? She's constantly changing clothes and like outfit. There's nothing that sticks out with Nami. The orange hair, sure, but here it just felt like, I mean, we can go look at it. I didn't feel like, you know, too captivated by her when I saw her. Trying to see if I can find it. It's in here somewhere.
A treacherous stretch of
So here she is. just looks like an actress in an orange wig. But like when I see
Ocean.
like that's Luffy. Like you're going for Luffy there. That's Zoro. You're going for Zoro there. You know? There's nothing about that's Usopp. Okay, like I get that's who we're going for. Sanji, you know, those type of things. You know, he's got his suit. He's got his, you know, cut off khakis and his hat and the green, and so it's I don't know, like it might be I need to see the comments. I haven't looked at comments on things because I don't want to get swayed. I've just kind of seen some people like, oh, this is great, this is bad. The cast will probably get more attention for how well they embody the crew, but the show's crew, specifically for production designer, deserves a huge pat on the back. I thought the background stuff looked good. Well, no, let me take that back. I thought some of it looked like a low budget Netflix show, you know, like the ships next to each other and the heart. Some things just hit better when it's animated, you know. What was her name? Avila with the hearts and everything like that. Let me see. Oh, is Oda in this? Like he has his hands on this project? I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm not looking for a perfect replica of the series, but I want something that seems just as passionate about the show and manga. Recreate some fun adventure. I love McEnroe Zoro. Looks and serious. Yeah, Zoro's that, you know, hits. I hope Netflix has a budget for the rest of the 1,000 episodes of the anime. Yeah, what is their plan with that? That's what I would like to know. To be honest, looks really good. Things that bug me. People seem to be positive and optimistic, which I guess I could understand. I haven't consumed enough of One Piece yet for it to like hold a place in my heart. I'm told I have, and I do have a lot to go. I've got 700 plus episodes to go. I haven't even gotten into the meat of the story really. I'm gonna be honest, it does look and feel weird, but it admits some of the charm is. That's what I'm saying. It looks off, but I feel a little bit of what they're going for. But I can imagine like if some of my favorite things were gonna be, you know, put into live action, I would be ecstatic. Oh, he does have the sword in his mouth. There was a shot right there. Let's see that.
We haven't sailed together for very long, but I know we've got each other's backs.
Ooh, he does have the sword in his mouth. Interesting. I was curious, you know, if we were going to see that, but he does. So One Piece doesn't have a place in my heart like it's this magical thing. And God, if one day, if that ever got live animated, like that would be it. You know, it's the same thing like when a book is getting adapted to a movie. You know, whether that's like a Game of Thrones or a Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings, there might be some people that like that's their passion, like Harry Potter, you know, Dune, you know, those type of things. Like holy shit, that was my favorite thing growing up, or that is my favorite blank. You're gonna hold out hope. You're gonna be optimistic, and I fully get it, and I understand. Someone told me Attack on Titan was gonna like I'm okay. I'm in. I'm strap me in. I'm ready. So I can understand why there doesn't seem to be that much negativity. But you creep into Twitter, it's a little wonky. So this is going to be interesting. Looks interesting. Now, what I would like is just, I'm sure a bunch of you will give me, but like, what's the plan with this here? Oda, is he overseeing it? Is he just giving some stylistic recommendations? Like, what's his, like, how hands-on? Like, are we just like 5% hands-on? Is he like, he's fully engulfed in the design, the production, the directing? And then what's their plan? Like I said, is it a movie or is it multiple episodes? I think it's going to be multiple episodes, but I'm not sure. And what are they going for? Is there talks of like, if this does well, we're going to adapt to the whole thing? Because I can see if they have a little bit more budget to really like flesh out some of this CGI. I could see it, but like there's a lot to. I'm just thinking of all the fishmen. There's a lot that go on with the fishmen. They're not just on screen for 2 seconds, or it's not like a quick Luffy pistol that you can shoot back real quick and shoot back and get it off screen quick, and the viewer isn't going to really stare at that. Like Arlong and some of those other fishmen are going to be on screen interacting with human characters for a long time. Are they going to be makeup? Is it going to be prosthetics? Or is it going to be CGI? Seeing Luffy interact with a CGI fishman is going to look bad, you know? And just a whole bunch of other things. So I'm very, like, if we get to Chopper, like, what do you do with Chopper? He's on screen and he's a big part of, like, their story, if they get to that. Is he going to be like, is he going to look like the Pokemon live adaptation movies? Or is he going to look like half furry, half wet? Like, how do you do? There's a lot. Who knows what they're, if we get to that, but I'm interested with an eyebrow raised. I have no expectations for this. This is what I look at it. If it flops, it flops. Hey, pretty much all live adaptations do. If it's a hit, and they get to keep going, maybe this can open the doorway for other things. We'll see how it goes. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, favorite, subscribe, and as always,